oh yes, I know. Justice is coming, justice is coming, justice is coming, oh yes, I know. 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 New day is coming. New day is coming. Oh yes, I know. New day is coming. New day is coming. New day is coming. Oh yes, I know. 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 Women are rising. Women are rising. Women are rising. Oh yes, I know. Women are rising. Women are rising. Women are rising. Oh yes, I know. 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 Oh yes, I know.
One more. Where we're going. Okay. Hi. Joy. Come on. All right. Hello. We're getting ready to kick off, but before we do, can we have all speakers and candidates to come to the stage, please? Great, we're going to do one more song. No, but you call your people together. All right, they're doing one more song. All candidates and speakers to the stage, please. Okay. Everybody, you got to join us. Yes. We're one big, choir in the sky working for justice. You got to put one foot in front of the other.
It's easy to learn. Easy to learn.
Okay? One, and go.
You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. One foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. One foot in front of the other and lead with love. Don't give up hope. You're not alone. Don't you give up. Keep moving on. Keep moving on.
audience.
Okay.
Right here. Can I get you to do me two favors? Number one, let's put our hands together and give it up for World House Choir. Thank you. And secondly, move forward. Due to the weather, we have no sound system. We're going to ask you to come as close as you can.
You are, but she's everybody, do you want to do some more singing? They're asking. Not right this second. Maybe. If you guys want to. Okay, great. Okay, look, everybody, they want more songs, maybe. Maybe more songs.
Get in your way, though.
Hello! And welcome to Dayton Women's March 2020! My name is Liz Stutzman with the Dayton Women's Resistance. Hi, Liz! Yay! And on behalf of the Women's March Organizing Committee, I'd like to thank you for showing up. And what I want you to do right now is I want you to turn around to someone around you and say, hey, I'm glad you showed up today.
I'm glad you showed up today.
Me too, and I'm glad you showed up.
today.
So am I. I'm glad you came.
Yeah, where's the rest of our
Y'all
people?
look great.
Yeah.
4 years ago, after the election of 2016, I found myself, like so many of you, upset. Well, honestly, I was pissed. Pissed at the administration to be, pissed about what I saw coming, and boy, has it not disappointed. So I found myself with a few friends packed in a car and headed to DC for the first Women's March. I had no idea what to expect. I just knew I had to show up. I'll never forget the feeling of finally arriving at that Women's March. It was overwhelming. 500,000 women from every age, color, sexual orientation, faith, all came together from every part of our country. They showed up. We showed up. And later that day, I gathered around a TV and I saw millions of women from around the world who met in their courthouse squares and their community centers, in the streets. They're all showing up. And do you know what happens when a group of women come together?
Yeah.
Do you know what happens when a group of women show up?
Yeah.
Change. Everyone say change.
Change.
Together we change the things we cannot and will not accept.
Yeah.
In a few moments, you're going to hear from some amazing local women about the issues we as women and as a society must confront and change. In a few moments, you're going to hear from women who are showing up not just today, but every day to make a difference.
Right on.
But before the introductions begin, I'd like to take a moment to highlight some of the forward movement and advancement of the Women's March that have happened since we last met 2 years ago. Are you ready?
Yeah.
And feel free to applaud.
All right.
And this is in no particular order. The women's national soccer team not only won it all at the World Cup, but are fighting for equal pay.
Yes! Hey, that's what we need.
Michelle Obama's memoir, Becoming,
Yes!
became the best-selling memoir ever. NASA had its first ever all-women spacewalk. Virginia elected its first Speaker of the House in the state's 400-year history. Simone Biles became the most decorated gymnast in the world. Joy Harjo became the first Native woman laureate. The Me Me Too movement was birthed. The Squad, as they was elected. 125 women have been elected to office, 45 women of color, and 37 for their very first time. Democrats took back the House on the strength of women voters and candidates. And then, of course, there's Greta, who single-handedly started a worldwide movement on climate change. Right on! Why? Because she showed up. Because they showed up. And I know there's so many more. I could stand here all day. So many more women who aren't on the national spotlight or charging world stages, but people that are like you and me here in our local communities, showing up every day to make the changes that need to be made for ourselves and for every person.
Nancy Pelosi!
You see, women are not the future. We are the past and we are the now for our futures. So today, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to keep on keeping on. I want to challenge you to speak up. I want to challenge you to march. I want to challenge you to fight. I want to challenge you to vote.
Yes.
Together, everyone say together.
Together!
Together, whether you're black, white, or shades in between, whether you're Muslim, Jewish, Protestant, or other, whether you're straight, queer, trans, whether you're young or old, whether you can walk or run, I want to challenge each and every one of you to keep showing up.
Right on!
Can I get a hell yeah? On that note, I'd like to introduce our hosts and MCs for today. My homegirl, Melissa Rodriguez of DIFA, and Joy Schwab of the Women's Rights Alliance. Let's give them a hand.
Hello, thank you all for being here today. I was just telling somebody this weather reflects, the way my soul feels in this current administration and climate. Cold, dark, and dreary. But all of you being out here warms my heart and spirit. It gives all of us the continued momentum to fight on. So thank you all for being here. Give yourself a round of applause for being out here today. So as Liz said, there's a lot of reasons we're here, a lot of rights that we need to stand up for. And the one thing I want to make sure I echo, as we're in the weekend of Martin Luther King, one of my favorite quotes, and I want to make sure I don't screw that up, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. So thank you for not being silent, being here today. I'd like to introduce Joy Schwab, and she'll introduce our first speaker. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Val and Joy!
Yay, Joy!
Yay, everybody! I'm glad you came out. They said of the revolutionary soldiers of the 1700s, the one who came out in the crappy weather were the winter soldiers, as opposed to the sunshine patriots. And you guys are truly winter soldiers. Okay, so if someone can't hear, wave. We're going to try to ask everyone to speak as loudly as they can, but it's up to you to let us know if you can't hear. I appreciate everyone being really quiet. Because of the rain, we weren't able to do the sound equipment because we didn't want anyone to get electrocuted up here. But, and there's porta potties there, but this is going to be a short rally, so... Anyway, I'm glad you all came. And, sign the petition over there for universal gun checks. Sign up to register to vote. If you're not registered, get your friend registered. There's handouts over there on things you can do in terms of, we need to keep calling our congressmen, especially Portman, about having witnesses at the impeachment trial.
Witnesses!
because it's democracy, duh. And this is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
It sure does. Okay, great. So anyway, you can get the flyers over there. You make sure everybody is signed up to vote, all your friends. We're all going to have to work as hard as we can in 2020 to stop the Russian puppet from getting reelected if we don't get him impeached. And we also need to get people elected in the state house in Ohio so we can save our reproductive rights. And we'll be introducing some candidates later that are going to go to the State Department, which is overwhelmingly run by anti-choice GOP men right now. So we need to, gear up for the elections, gear up for the fight. Meanwhile, call your congressional representatives, and if they don't listen to you, we'll throw them out of office in 2020. So I'd like to introduce a couple of women candidates. Well, actually, they are on the Montgomery County Commission right now, which is one of the reasons why we always get Courthouse Square for events like this. Because the square is Montgomery County property. And they're up for re-election in 2020, so I would like to introduce Debbie Lieberman and Judy Dodge.
All right.
Hey, having a great day or what? The weather is miserable, isn't it? But you know what? We're here with passion in our heart, all about women's rights.
Hold it up by your mouth.
Now can you hear me? All right. Well, hi everybody. I'm Judy Dodge, Montgomery County Commissioner. On behalf of Debbie Lieberman, who's here, and Carolyn Rice, welcome to our Courthouse Square. I don't know if you know this or not, but Debbie and I and Carolyn are representing today the first all-female Montgomery Board of County Commissioners in the state of Ohio. And I think that the three of us agree we've still got a long way to go to make sure that other county commissioners also have females on there. When I go to the meetings for CCAO, which is County Commissioners Association of Ohio, I cannot tell you how many men represent counties in the state of Ohio. It is a shame. So I want you all to remember us when you vote for us this fall. We couldn't be more pleased to be here. And I love this sign right here that says, women's rights are human rights. That's what it's about. So thank you so much for coming today. I'm not going to speak. I had a half-hour speech, but they said cut it down to just a couple minutes. So anyway, welcome. And here is Commissioner Debbie Lieberman.
Good afternoon, everybody. So you look really good from up here. Of course, we would have liked to see it full. Closer. Okay. So how many of you were in DC for the first year? Okay. Well, I was in San Diego. And it was amazing. Not like DC, but it was so amazing as you watch TV that day to see every city imaginable. It was just incredible. And we know that the passion is still there. You guys are diehards, so thank you. Judy mentioned that Carolyn joined us on the county commission, and I do want to point out that Hamilton County just followed us. There are 3 women commissioners.
I think they're women of
Hamilton County as well. But, the issues that we as county commissioners deal with every day are so important to women and our families. Whether it's working on preschool, affordable, high-quality preschool for every student in our county, whether it's us working on infant mortality issues that face us every day, we're working on the opioid crisis for our families. We're working on, and we have actually a new plan. I think plans are always coming up, but we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can as county commissioners to help reduce poverty and get women great jobs, great paying jobs. And Judy, she might talk about this again, but Judy works to make sure that those that are hungry in our community are getting the help and assistance they need. So again, thank you. I like that this event is on Martin Luther King weekend. I think he would really appreciate that as well.
That's true, he would.
And so one of the, I'm gonna have to read my quote. Mel had hers memorized, but Dr. King said, "I have the audacity to believe that people everywhere can have 3 meals a day for their bodies, education, and culture for their minds, and dignity, equality, and freedom for their spirits." So each one of you, thank you for everything you do every day to make sure that we have a better America. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Oh, Jennifer, yes. Jennifer. You don't know her.
Will soon.
Okay, I'm honored to introduce our next speaker. It's Jennifer Knickerbocker. She's with Mothers Out Front, an environmental organization. Mother Earth, there's a reason we call it Mother Earth, because it nurtures and takes care of all of us, and right now Mother Earth is in peril, and it's up to us to come to her defense for the sake of our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. So, give it up for Jennifer Knickerbocker.
Yeah.
She's telling you a little about herself.
Tell us about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just hold it close and shout.
And I am Jennifer Knickerbocker.
Raise your hands if you can't hear. Put it close to your face.
I am Jennifer Knickerbocker. I belong to the Anishinaabe people from White Earth Nation. I'm an enrolled member of the Minnesota Chippewa tribe from the Ottertail Pillager Band. I am here right now to acknowledge the land that we are on is Indian land.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
This is Indian land, and it could not be possible for us to be here without the forcible removal of the Shawnee, the Miami, the Algonquin people.
Yeah. Yes.
True.
We could not be here without the displacement, the colonization, the using of brown and black people.
Yes.
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 This is the issue of our lifetime.
Yes.
I am here as a woman, as a water protector, and to speak on behalf of the ultimate woman, Mother Earth.
Yeah.
Yes.
She deserves our protection. My children ask me, why is she called Mother Earth? She is Mother Earth because she provides life, she provides the sustainability for all beings, living and non-living. They are our relatives. They are our sacred responsibility to protect. Sometimes mothers are very forgiving, and we don't realize that they can be used and abused. But take a look around you. Our whole environment, entire species are collapsing in front of our eyes. We, as women, as protectors of women, need to change our policies. We need to walk with Mother Earth, not against her.
Yes.
Thank you to all the people who came out today. Keep fighting. This is our land now, and we must protect her.
Yes.
Let's do a little chant. Oh, my voice is giving out already. Okay. Fight for our rights. Fight for our earth. Fight for our rights.
Fight for our earth. Fight for our rights. Fight for our earth. Fight for our rights. Fight for our earth. Fight for our rights. Fight for our earth.
Okay, and I love some of those signs out there. Vote out GOP enablers. Okay, get on the right side of history. When women vote, women win. Together we stand. I love all your signs. Thanks for coming. And our next speaker is going to be Kristen Freeman. She's with Planned Parenthood. The organization that has done more to prevent abortions in this country than all the Right to Lifers put together. Because they actually help women prevent unwanted pregnancies. And she can tell you some of the things that's going on. It's horrible. We've got to remove the GOP legislators in the Ohio House. They're trying to ban abortions at 6 weeks. They're trying to say ectopic pregnancies can be reimplanted, which is medically impossible. They need to get out of there, but I'll let Kristen tell you about that.
Okay.
Thank you.
And, you know, raise your hands. Come in closer if you can here. It keeps you warmer also.
Come on, everybody get close.
Thank you. All right, where's the button?
It's on. Just hold it up close and shout.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, I'm a teacher, so I got my teacher voice on.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, thank you all for being here in this weather. Okay? I think Mel said it best when this weather reflects how we're all feeling. So that's fair. I also wanted to take a moment and say that if you're a trans, brown, black, disabled, Latinx person who felt like you couldn't be here today because you weren't represented, you are represented, and we hear you and we see you, and you are a part of this fight too.
Yes.
It is not just straight, white, cisgender women like me who have a microphone, but I will help amplify your voice if you need heard. On behalf of Planned Parenthood, we have seen unprecedented attacks on our health and rights from the Trump-Pence administration. And the Women's March has become a collective symbol of our resistance to that fight.
Yes!
As you all know, the fight is ongoing. Planned Parenthood has lost Title X funding, which yes, boo, yes, correct. That is the federal program, for those of you who don't know, for affordable birth control and reproductive services. And that means 4 million people lost access to that care. Most of these people are brown, black, and below the poverty line. 2019 saw a wave of extreme abortion bans across the country. Nowhere more than in our home state. There are currently 8 bills in the House and Senate designed to lessen choice and have a Republican act like your doctor, and you don't get a say on what happens to your body. You should also know there is a bill to restrict sexual health education in schools, which pisses me off because I teach sexual health education in schools. And I'm not stopping, and no bill can stop me. January 22nd is the 47th anniversary of Roe versus Wade. Looking back at that monumental event, it's a reminder that now, more than ever, we need your support. Go to Planned Parenthood's website and sign up to volunteer. Somebody today told me they donate every month when they get their period. Love it. Make it happen, Captain. All right? If you see somebody with Planned Parenthood on in the crowd, ask them for a button. Ask them for a sticker. Ask how you can help. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to introduce a woman that has been working for years for immigrants in our community. She's Gabrielle Pickett with Dayton Rapid Response, and you know, we need to get those kids out of cages and have a just policy for immigration in the United States. So here's Gabriella.
Go, Gabriella!
Can everybody hear me?
Yes!
What would you tell your children and your grandchildren when they ask you, what did you do when families were separated and children were put in cages?
Right.
If you are as old as I am, you probably remember the movie Sophie's Choice, where a mother had to choose which child will stay with her and which one she will send to a concentration camp. And today, last year actually, many women had to face a similar decision to come here and face being separated from their children. We're talking about hundreds, if not thousands of mothers. And it is unfathomable to think that the Trump administration separated families without taking the necessary precautions to ensure that parents and children were reunited. And in my books, when I hear, sorry for the inconvenience, I don't know what your child is, it is not acceptable. And it will never be acceptable.
Never, ever!
This administration's humane actions are illustrated by the unforgivable images of the Salvadorian father and daughter drowning in the Rio Grande. What kind of father will risk bringing their children here, being run over by the train in Mexico, being killed or kidnapped, being drowned in the border, to just come to the United States? That is a question that many people ask me all the time. And my answer to them is very simple. What kind of life did they leave behind than actually risking all of that, including their lives, and being separated from their children, is a better choice.
Exactly.
And seeking asylum under the new policies result in denial of the majority of the cases. No one leaves their country because they feel safe, because they feel happy, and because they're full of opportunities. We must remember that we, the United States, have meddled with many democracies, creating the very same issues that are creating the chaos in their country, and they're running away from that. We created that mess, and we need to own it.
Accountability. We're in the very front. We're in the very front. On stage left.
What kind of detention facilities can be determined as safe when more than a dozen people have died in ICE custody? And what kind of facilities have allowed women to be sexually abused, where women report that sometimes they had no choice but to drink water from their toilets? I will ask you to please call your representatives and let them know how you feel about this issue. Keep writing letters. Go out and vote. And please make sure I want you to commit to take 5 people with you to vote, especially the young people that will be voting for the first time. If you are not happy with who you're gonna go vote, then please do what I did and what many of these wonderful women are doing. Run for something. But we have to do something. If voting is enough, then we all need to step up and run for something. So, let me hear it loud and clear. Refugees are welcome here.
Refugees are welcome here.
Let me hear it loud and clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
Thank you. Thank you, Gabriella. Sorry. So she segued into voter registration. Over here on the tent to the right, we have sign-up sheets for some of the organizations that are organizing. We have voter registration, also for those of you who need to register to vote. And we also have a petition for Ohioans for I want to make sure, for gun legislation. So please, if you haven't signed the petition, Moms Demand Action are over there. Go talk to them on the right. Please get involved. So we just wanted to make that announcement real quick.
for you guys.
Thanks.
The theme for this year's march is Women Rising. So my call to action for you today is to rise up and make your voices heard, rise up and get involved, rise up and speak out against injustice, and stand up for equality. So when we leave here today, rise up, march forward, not one step back. Did you guys say it? Not one step back. Not one step back. Not one step back.
Not one step back.
So with that being said, in the theme of Women Rising, I want to introduce our first speaker. We have a wonderful candidates behind us that are standing up and running for office. Our first speaker is Kim McCarthy, and she's running for the 73rd in Greene County.
Yeah, Kim! Kim! You're gonna do it this time.
Boys.
All right, where's the button?
Just hold it up and talk.
There it is. Hello, Dayton.
My name is Kim McCarthy, and I am running to be the next Ohio State Representative in District 73, which is in western Greene County. It includes Bellbrook, Beaver Creek, Fairborn, and Yellow Spring. I am a community activist. I'm an accountant. I am an immigrant, and I am the mother of 3. And I believe in progressive economic policies like universal health care, fully funding education, and investment in green energy. All policies that help women do better and help all people do better. I ran for this seat in 2018, and we made huge inroads into this deeply red district. And I am running again this time to finish the job. But my campaign does not exist without volunteers like you guys.
Where's the applause for that one?
Where's the applause for that one? The time for change is now. So I ask you for your help in making this movement count right here in the Miami Valley. Reach out to me and join our team that is dedicated to electing more progressive women to the Ohio State House.
Thank you, Kim. And our next woman that's running for office is Amy Cox from the 43rd District. Can everybody hear me? All right, I'm running for the 43rd. That is all of Preble County and parts of northwest Montgomery County. This is my first time running for public office. That's okay though, because anything else I've ran for, I've always won.
All right.
I am running because 100 years is long enough for women to wait to be 50% of our elected officials. That's long enough. All right? And I've spent 15 years teaching kids. And we're not setting them up for a very good future. So I've decided to come out for them as well. Education. Healthcare. Good paying jobs. If we made more damn money, we wouldn't have half the problems we have. That's right. All right, I'm only allowed to say 2 sentences, and these girls are going to hit me over the head. That's it. Thank you. Vote for Cox. Next up is Kate Berger.
Just talk.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kate Berger. I am the Democratic candidate for the 41st Ohio House District, southeastern Montgomery County.
All right.
Oakwood, Centerville, parts of Dayton, and Riverside.
Good.
I'm here and I'm ready to be your representative because we need to break the stronghold in Columbus, the attacks 21 women in the Ohio legislature need to stop in 2021. We need to make the table larger. We need to have the content experts at the table. We need to have people that know what's going on in education, making the decisions. We need to have policies for women, by women. For our families. Education is a key priority. We need common sense gun control in our community. Unfortunately, we know all too well what that means here in Dayton. You're a beautiful crowd. We're all supposed to keep it short. I thank you for your support, and we look forward to hearing more from you and seeing more of you this year.
All right, thank you, Kate. Next up is LaRonda Jackson. She's running for the 40th district.
I'm gonna give you these 2 sentences like I was told, because when you do what you're told, you get to come back and do it again. I'm running for the Ohio House, the 40th district, Huber Heights, Inglewood, Vandalia, Butler Township, Riverside. I'm running because there is definitely a disconnect between our houses and the State House. I'm gonna close the disconnect. You know how you really don't know what prescription drugs cost because you haven't had to pay for one in a while? That disconnect. Look me up, I brought my cards, LaRonda Jackson.
I know Joelle Jones is our next candidate. She's running for the 39th district, and I think like her look, it was like, I don't need an introduction. She's a great hype woman, so here you go.
This is what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like.
I'm Joelle Jones. I'm a candidate for state representative for the 39th district. That is all of Dayton, well, most 99% of Dayton, and all of Jefferson Township. I'm a candidate because I understand the woes of healthcare. I am a widow. I lost my husband because he was sick. But in the midst of that, we had to break penny and dime to pay for prescription health care. Don't lose your job in America. Don't lose your job in Ohio and get sick. My community, as part of all of Dayton, is suffering. There's hopelessness in Jefferson Township. Where are the stones of remembrance for our children to let them know that deprivation is not common? That is not the rule of the day. I'm a candidate for state representative because there is change is needed in the 39th district. I'm Joelle Jones. I'm your candidate. I need your help. Please go to Joelle Jones for state representative, my Facebook page, and like it. I got one more 10 for you, and I need you all to understand. Poverty is policy. Poverty is policy. Poverty is policy. Thank you.
Thanks, Joelle. Now we're up to our last candidate is running for District 10 Congressional District. So all of you are familiar with Representative Turner, right? So I think I'll lead a chant here. Vote him out!
Vote him out! Vote him out! Vote him out! Vote him out!
Thank you. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Desiree Timms.
Hey everybody! So my name is Desiree Timms. I'm running for Congress for the 10th Congressional District. And I hear Mike lives not too far from here, so I want to let him know that his time is up. Say it louder so he can hear it. His time is up. So if you've been following my social media, you know that Mike has been mansplaining to women from the impeachment hearings to CNN. So I've nicknamed him Mansplaining Mike. And my message for Mansplaining Mike is that a woman by the name of Desiree Timms will be delivering a pink slip to you in November. So the theme for the march across
and please let them know that they have you grassroots support. So, you know, I was in the military, and one of the keys in the military is Semper Gumby, means be flexible. So I'm changing it up a bit. We're ending where we began. I want to reintroduce Debbie Lieberman and Judy Dodge because they welcomed us here as our commissioners, but now they're going to end us here as candidates. They are both running for re-election, so please welcome the two back up to the stage.
Thank you. So we were told, answer the question, why are you running? I'm running again because I'm not done working for you. I'm not done working for the men and women of our community. I'm also not done working for our returning citizens through our reentry effort in Montgomery County. I am not done working for those in poverty in our community and making sure that the barriers to workforce are eliminated, that people are getting living wage jobs. I'm not done working on Preschool Promise to make sure that every one of our children in our county are ready for kindergarten and ready to become part of our workforce someday. And I'm running to make sure that our part of the country is one of those that is positive and that we have a great place to live, work, and raise our children. But I'm also running to be part of this amazing ticket where we are going to make a difference. We are going to turn Montgomery County blue again. And we're going to do it with your help. So thanks, everybody.
Hi, I'm Judy Dodge. I'm running for re-election to the Montgomery County Commission. I was elected in 2006. I have loved every single moment since I've been a county commissioner. We have been working so hard to focus critical issues here in Montgomery County, such as what Debbie said, Preschool Promise, the COAT. We have reduced overdose deaths thanks to our Montgomery County COAT task force. And the main thing that I'm passionate about is making sure that all of our citizens here, especially our vulnerable citizens, have good, healthy, fresh fruits and vegetables, and they don't have to take 3 buses to get to a damn grocery store, for God's sake. Anyway, thank you all for being here today, and I really appreciate your support. I want to continue working for all of you. Thank you.
Okay. I want to thank everyone for coming out in this weather, which just turned out to not be as bad as we thought, but gave us a chance to all huddle together. I apologize about the sound equipment, but hopefully everybody heard it and we got to see each other's signs and each other. I'd like to thank all of our speakers that came out in this weather, and I'd especially like to thank our sign language interpreters. Thank you so much. She was the first one out here today. So, and if everyone can hold still and hold up your signs, and Jan Underwood, our photographer, will take your picture.
One thing real quick, we have Brandon McLean. We got to have our allies right here, running for county reporter. And then also any other, I see another candidate out there. Raise your hand. Mark Fogel's running. Anybody else? Any other candidates here? Please raise your hand. Yes, I don't know. Anybody else? Raise your hand. I can't see her. Okay. And then we have one drop-in candidate, female candidate that wasn't on our list. Just going to say hi.
Sopranos.
Oh, all right.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Richards. I'm running for state rep in the 79th district. That's Clark County, right next door. I was at the first Women's March. That inspired me to run and to fight for my community. I'm a teacher of 25 years. I never thought I'd be out here running as a politician, talking to you guys, but I'm inspired to fight for our community, to care for our children, and I am here with you, Cynthia Richards, running for state rep, Clark County.
news reporter asked me about our rally. And she said, well, what's it for? And I said, women are coming together to raise their voices. And she says, well, what if no one listens? And I said, when women raise their voices, people will listen and things will change.
Yes.
And I gave the example, after the first Women's March in 2017, a lot of women candidates stepped forward and changed the House of Representatives. And because of this, we now have the impeachment of Donald Trump. So we need to really do our energy and make those changes for 2020.
Right.
There'll be a list of candidates. I've got a handout over at the tent. I'll also post a list of candidates and speakers on our website, Dayton Women's Rights Alliance and the Women's March. Also, I wanted to make an announcement to encourage people to join in the Martin Luther King March on Monday that meets at 10 o'clock at Drew Health Center. We're all part of his beloved community, and we need to honor him and all of those who work so hard for civil rights in this country. And we have one last announcement and a favor. Alicia Pagan with the League of Latin American Citizens, of United Latin American Citizens, wanted to ask you all to ask someone special to come to Dayton. And she thinks if she films this, she can get this person to come. So I said, okay. And so she's going to do an ask and respond to her, and then the World House Choir will sing us out. Okay. Thanks so much for coming.
You need to, thank you, so you need to shout, hold it close to your mouth and shout right in.
Okay, can you hear me? Yes! Okay, so the League of United Latin American Citizens, for those of you who don't know, is a 90-year-old organization that has been working on the welfare of the Latino community. Okay. So Dolores Huerta, who said every moment is a moment to organize, we want her to come and speak to us in Dayton. So we're going to give her a big ask. I want you all to say, Doña Dolores, please come to Dayton, we need you.
Please come to Dayton, we need you.
Okay, well now we're going to do it again and I'm going to record it. Okay, thank you. No, you record it. Yes. Okay, that's it.
You can record and post and do it.
Okay. Yes. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Doña Dolores, come to Dayton. We need you. Can we take back our Constitution? Sí se puede. Can we support women's rights? Sí se puede. Can we get the vote out? Sí se puede. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, and thank you so much to the World House Choir who performed and will sing us on our way out.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody come in right away. Okay.
It'll be hard when I start moving.
1, 2, ready.